Hi, Heather. This is Tiff Potter from Cincinnati calling about my millennial absolutely not from the 2000s, but this is kind of an absolutely yes. I hope that's okay.
Yes.
We don't solve any of the world's problems anymore by getting into a dance battle. I just remember every 2000s movie there being some sort of dance battle, like Camp Rock is a good example of that. And just like the world came together on the dance floor in music and movie television, but also in like real life. Like we never fought, we were never taking pictures, we were never doing anything because we were too busy sweating so hard on the dance floor. And I feel like that's what the 2000s were. If you had a problem with somebody, you just met them on the dance floor. And I just, for one day, wish we could bring that back. All right. Love and light. Absolutely yes.
I mean, I completely agree.
Simpler times.
Simpler times. You had a beef with somebody. I mean, gangs, figured out their turf wars in a high school gym.
Yeah.
You evacuated the dance floor because that's where that's where it was like medieval times.
Yeah.
But to, I don't know, not Cisco. I remember, what's his name? Twista. Remember when Twista would come on? He's like the fastest rapper. You ever know Twista?
Yeah.
I remember when Twista would come on, it was like all the junior high boys would literally be like, let's go. Like the wrestling team versus the basketball team.
Oh my God.
I think culturally, we need to bring it back. We could solve a lot of the world's problems.
I know. No one has to get on Snapchat or Insta, you know what I mean? Or TikTok to like post mean things about people. Just go solve it on the dance floor.
I always said too, like if we could take like sit down Russia and Ukraine and have them basically do like a Real Housewives reunion, they would duke it out. They'd figure it out.
Yeah.
They'd all cry.
Someone would mediate.
And then the next thing you know, they're all taking a shot ski. And we'd solve the world's problems.
Wouldn't that be so nice?
But again, this is if women ran the world.
Yeah.
So when you left high school, so you didn't get to have a prom.
I went back for one high school homecoming dance.
Okay.
Where, like out of a teen movie, I went to the bathroom and there were some young girls and they're talking crap about me. Like, how dare she think she could come back to dance? Like, she's so full of herself. And I'm like in the stall thinking, do I wait? Do I go out?
Yeah.
Do I confront them? And I'm the least confrontational person. So I waited for them to leave and was like, all right, this pretty much settles it. I don't think I'm going to come back to another dance. But it's okay. I got to go to one high school homecoming dance. Like as I went that first year before I left school, and then I came back the next year and just realized, like, I don't think this is the right environment.
I can only imagine, like, being in that's already a tumultuous time, right? Girls are mean. And then on top of that, your star is rising. And you're on the road with NSYNC performing next to the bathrooms.
It did not sit well with them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was the end of my high school dance experience.
Yeah. My God, my heart breaks for you. I mean, I gotta be honest with you though. Prom was overrated. I went to this like uber conservative school where we couldn't even call it prom. We had to call it junior senior banquet. Oh, yeah, it was lame as hell.
What?
Yeah, it was lame. And then the parents would have to do a dance afterwards. So the school wasn't like affiliated with it. And of course, I'm there dancing to What's Your Fantasy by Ludacris. And then the parents like leave room for the Holy Spirit, You didn't miss anything. Proms are so overrated.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
I saw this thing on TikTok though, these like prom proposals where these kids almost, they all recorded. It's a prom proposal. It's like an engagement, and they come up with these elaborate ways to ask somebody to prom.
Oh,
I'm like, guys, we're doing too much. This generation's doing too much.
No. I was like, you got a note slipped to you in third period. Like, do you want to go with me? Check the box. Like, yeah.
That was it. I asked this kid, shout out to T-Bob Abear. I asked my friend's brother, he was in French class, and I had the teacher, Miss Earhart, write it on the board. T-Bob, will you go to prom? And he couldn't, and the whole class was laughing because they could read it, and he was so bad at French, he didn't read it. So finally, Miss Earhart, I was in the class next door, she's like, Heather, come in here. You just got to ask him. I was like, T-Bob, will you go to prom? And he was like, what? He had no idea it was on the whiteboard the whole time because he was just like bad scholastically. He's a friend of mine, I could say that. He was, he played football.
And it all worked out.
It all worked out.
Great.
Yes, still a dear friend. Wow, but that's interesting. You're missing out on like the prom, but you have to go to one homecoming. And then you realize bitches are bitches,
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a fabulous dress on though? Like something a little designer?
No, nothing like crazy. I was just wanted to go back and hang out with some of my friends.
Yeah.
And was pretty disappointed. It's okay.
You have a really kind, gentle spirit. And I'm going to tell you right now, you tell me off camera who these hoes were that were saying something.
I didn't know them. They weren't my friends. They were just some random girls that were upset by my presence there. And
they were upset that you had been rubbing elbows with Lance Bass.
Yep.
Little did they know later on that their husbands would be gay, and so would Lance.